Hi, this is your girl Annette, and we are wearing your crown or wearing our crowns during the Wear Your Crown Empowerment Series. We have been doing this empowerment series for the past 3 years, which is basically sharing the stories of phenomenal queens in our communities doing great and interesting things. And the idea is to empower other queens, other women and girls into their purpose by hearing the stories and the shares and the business plans and the ideas of a variety of women. And today we have the honor of speaking with Miss Ines Hungria. Hi, Ines. How are you?
And
So I know that you do so much. Like I am always in awe by what it is you are working on, what you are sharing, what you are teaching, and what I learned from you by watching you. So would you like to tell us a little bit about what it is you do?
well, um, I'm currently an investigator for the state, where I investigate fair housing complaints and equal accommodation complaints for our agency, which is pretty much a civil rights agency that is substantially equivalent to HUD. So that's my day job. Um, After my day job, I'm a designer by trade, so I design flyers, websites, pretty much anything. In addition, I have a trade for a lot of things. I do some other tech things on the side. I do some other just encouraging things. I mean, lately I've embarked on a um, a new fitness life, a new positive fitness life, not just about just going to the gym, but just you know um, doing better for yourself. So it's just doing you day to day and just making things just kind of just trying to stay in a more positive environment.
Oh, that's awesome. Is that part of your marketing, the fitness piece?
You can try to combine all my stuff. No, it's just something that I just
Just checking because I'm like, I need to get in shape because I just got on the scale and I'm back up to my 150 and I need to be back down to my 200.
it's just a accountability. I mean, I have a new girlfriend that I just teamed up with, and so although we can't be always together during the pandemic, it's just being accountable. Sometimes when you're accountable to something, someone, then you're more inclined to stick to or think about,
Right.
that fried chicken, think about them high carbs, and just trying to just making it healthy, because so that we can have a longer lasting life. So,
That makes sense. Now, in terms of the flyers, so if you don't know, I directed the Big Beautiful Women of Delaware pageant, and our very no, not the first fly. Yeah, well, the first program cover was designed by Ines Hungria, and the second program was designed, and the third one I used everything that I saw the first and the second time to do it myself. And she was like, "Hold up, did I do that? No, no, that has to be yours because I see some inconsistency." I was like, "But I did it!" So you have been designing phenomenal flyers for a long time. And what I do love about your designs is when we sat and we spoke about what I wanted or what I was thinking about, like I wasn't necessarily sure as to what I wanted. I was just pouring out like I want this and I want that. And now as I'm talking to her, she's like on her computer. And then by the time I was like, but I'm not sure, like something like, she turned her screen around and she had already started working on the flyer. And I was like, yes, definitely. Okay, that's cute. So if you are interested in the flyer, or more because I'm not sure how much she's still into or how much she's doing with her flyers. Are you still doing flyers and how do we connect to you and your flyers?
I still do them. Currently, I still have my page up, which is more over creations by Ines. And pretty much between that, it's normally just the design itself. You can pretty much take the design and do whatever it is you want. I mean, currently from my church, I still do our yearly banner, which I just completed. And then, of course, sometimes people need me to send whatever design I've created to a printer or to a place to print. So people are still printing items. But for the most part, I still do designing. Like even with your books that I've done. I mean, sometimes people have something with content and they're like, okay, this doesn't really look nice, but here's the content. And so I take that content and just kind of think about whatever it is they want to deliver, and then just make changes to it and send it back to them.
Okay, so under Moreover Creations by Ines, you are creating flyers. I've seen the banners that you've created for your church. You also do the programs at your church. Is that correct?
Yeah, we haven't continued doing programs. We were doing programs. We were doing a trifold of, what the daily message was and all that. But currently, because of the pandemic, a lot of things are virtual. So we pretty much don't do that for now anymore.
Okay, but you were also creating logos. I saw some fabulous logos on your page that you created for different people on Moreover Creations by Ines, as well as something that they were able to use for their social media accounts. Are you still creating those as well?
Yeah, I have. I've done. Some people sometimes just have a brainstorm of an organization or a company that they want to, that they are anticipating having. And so they're like, well, I just don't have a logo yet. Or some already have an established company that need a logo. I also, besides managing Moreover Creations by Ines, then, I also manage Royalty Hats. So Royalty Hats is a business that I'm partnered with, of course, Rushing Hollingsworth, who is the founder of the organization. But even with that, I designed that logo. I design all our marketing pieces. So as we, today, National Day of Racial Healing. So we had a marketing piece for that for both, human relations and Royalty Hats. So we promote that out there so that people can kind of get a feel for what's going on. Because sometimes, we just don't know what today is or what's going on today. So depending on which hat I'm carrying, I normally design those ads or those marketing pieces for us to promote both on Facebook and other social venues.
Okay. So Royalty Hats, in case you don't know, were actually featured on the stage of the Big Beautiful Women of Delaware pageant in 2019. And Ines was actually the MC for the ladies who went down the runway with their fedoras and their outfits. They had on all black and they wore those hats. They have some stellar, stylish fedora hats. I love to see a man in a fedora. And it's just for me, but they have some really classic hats for men and for women. If you don't know Royalty Hats, be sure to check them out. Some really fabulous pieces. So you're not only into marketing, you create flyers as well, programs. I know that you do a plethora of things. So moving forward, are there some other branches of things that you're going to be getting into that ties into your fitness or your health and wellness? Like, are you coming out with a book, some kind of journal, a program, something to encourage the rest of our queens to do what they need to do to get, that shape that we all been working and longing for, especially after COVID's all over? I'm just asking, what you got planned?
I'm not really sure. I mean, that there are a number of things that I've done well, and as I would probably quote you, the elephant that I am and the information that I retain. I really feel like, and I've been really thinking about it even during the pandemic, the information that I can share. I mean, a lot of times in terms of women, whether we're single women trying to maintain households, whether we're trying to balance a family life with children and still trying to be healthy, all of those things a lot of us are faced with. So I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll think of something. But even in terms of being handy, a lot of us tend to quickly be like, let me call, even maybe having good resources. A lot of us aren't handy. A lot of us aren't creative in trying to solve issues. But in the same sense, we want to have positive referrals to people who are going to be genuine in their response for folks, and not try to get over, so to say. But in hindsight, just pretty much educating women to make sure that when you do stuff, do your homework. I've shown you a number of times, well, why would you do it this way? This is costing you this. Why don't you go and just try this out? Or maybe think about this. Just being open to other possibilities that are outside of our comfort area. I think that in 2021, many of us women need to get outside of the comfort of where we go for our day-to-days and step out of that. Find someplace else, go someplace else, do something else, talk to somebody else. Because when you realize, as we continue to converse, and even sometimes when we converse, tends to be like a whole new subject or a whole new, wow, I didn't know that. Is this a thing? Is it a thing that? So, just being able to educate and give information. So like I said, with the fitness thing, it wasn't about me being no fitness guru or trying to, it's just like, what, some of these things have worked for me. And I know at the end of the day, being accountable to someone for a response on how you're doing may make you think about, how you're moving. So if that's all that one can provide for another in this pandemic and trying to change your life, then that'll be what it is. So as far as the other things are concerned, I'm really thinking of a way or an avenue to, one, break up the items that I do know and how to share them in pieces, because it would definitely be a long meeting or a long gathering to talk about everything. So just trying to break that up and give piece by piece, so that when you give someone too much information, it tends to get possibly can get lost. So you want to just break it up, make it clear so that they can understand it, and then be empowered by using it when no one else is around.
Okay, that was a lot, but you are right. In this season, we have opportunities to learn new things, to be comfortable in those uncomfortable situations. I hung a mirror the other day over top of my bed, and I was like, yay! And then I went to sleep, and I like hit the wall, and it like did like a clang thing. And I was like, that's not going to work. I'm going to wake up and it's going to be over the top of my head. And I took it down and put it back on the floor. But like, I tried to hang it myself. Like maybe the nails weren't like the right nails, but it was something metal in the wall too. I was like, I'm not trying to mess up anything, but trying it, initiating something to try to do in this season is an awesome thing, ladies, an awesome thing to do. So being more comfortable in some of those uncomfortable situations or initiatives, things that need to be fixed. I unclogged my own drain. I was like, it was bad. It was bad. It was really bad. But I did it. And I was excited that I did it. And now I know how to do it. So if you have a problem, let me know. I'll tell you what I did and the little pushy thing and the variety of things that I used to actually get all that gunk out.
And think about, not to cut you off, you might need to think about, in what you did. You talk about, even in 2021, we should also be a good steward over our finances. And that will save you money, because just to have someone come and diagnose your situation, if you're a homeowner, then that would cost you, $100 just to see what's going on. That's not $100. That it would have cost you $20 at the Lowe's or Home Depot to fix it.
Well, it was even cheaper than that, because the little thing that I had to stick down was like $1.99.
Yep. So being
waste a lot of what did I use the first? Those things that you bend the pipe cleaners that you do art projects with. I was using them first, but it was nasty and stinky, and I was just like, okay, surely I need something better. And they was like, oh, you need one of those things. So yeah, it worked out. But you are extremely resourceful. I do want to take this moment to say thank you for always being present. Thank you for supporting the Big Beautiful Women of Delaware pageant for 3 years in a row. Thanks for designing my first flyer. That was awesome. And thank you for being a listening ear, because sometimes I know I do vent and spill out, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. And you're like, but I didn't say anything. And I'm like, no, but you were present. And I just needed to vent and just to let it go. So I'm good. So I do appreciate that. For those of you who are tuning in at the end of this Wear Your Crown Empowerment series with Ines Hungria, she is the director, CEO of Moreover Creations by Ines. And she does a number of things, but one of the things that she shared today was creating flyers and programs and logos tied to what it is you do and where your heart is. I feel like when I spoke to her, or when I was venting about what I needed for the pageant, she was able to pull out some key pieces from me venting to come out with exactly what I was thinking about. So if you were looking for a program, if you were looking for a flyer, if you are looking for someone to support you in your business ventures by creating a logo or helping you create a tagline, because she has done those things too, hit her up. She does have a consulting fee, I'm sure, right?
Yeah. Call my manager on that.
She does have a consultation fee because, like I said, there are a number of things that she can do. Yes, she does charge for her logos. Yes, she does charge for her flyers. She is reasonable. She is willing to work with you. And she is a phenomenal resource. Don't let me not say that. And she is also a partner with Royalty Hats. Great fedoras. Make sure you check them out. Is there anything else you would like to share with the queens who are watching today?
Not at the moment. I said, besides, we have just a business meeting for Royalty Hats. So look forward to some new things. We're not only coming out with the hats, we're going to be making them in-house in addition to coming out with a supportive clothing line. So be on the lookout.
Well, if you're looking for models, I got some for you.
All right, now. We'll have to partner for that.
Well, thank you so much for joining us for the Wear Your Crown Empowerment series with Ines Hungria. Until the next time, be perfect in your imperfections. Bye.